Okay, we'll go ahead and call this council regular session to order. It's Wednesday, December 20th. The time is 7 p.m. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'll go ahead and open it up for visitor comments. If you'd like to make a comment, please come on up, state your name for the record, and keep it to 3 minutes or less.
I'll go. I'll start. I flew in for this, so. Ian Cosby, citizen of St. Helens. As a 30-year attorney, I have for a living investigated many cases with complex financial issues. I've gone over many bank records with forensic accountants. I've subpoenaed bank records, gotten to the bottom of financial issues where they've been attempted to be obscured. I've run a successful business for more than 20 years with 25 employees. I know what a profit and loss statement looks like. I'm offering my considerable skills and experience in service to our city to be one of the state mandated budget committee. I'll work alongside my fellow budget committee members to ensure that when this process is finished, we, the public, will know the actual financial state of our city. We will know what to expect next year, and we will have a plan for the future. If there is a request or a levy for more of our money, at least the people will know this request is based upon accurate information. I want to paraphrase Margaret Thatcher. To our people, one of the greatest debates of our time here in St. Helens is how much of your money should be spent by the city and how much you should keep to spend on your family. Let's never forget this fundamental truth. The city has no source of money other than the money the people earn themselves. If the city wants to spend more, it can only do so by taxing you more. It does no good to think that someone else will pay. Someone else is you. There is no such thing as public money. There's only taxpayers' money. I say to our elected officials, what has happened to our money? The current issue with the city and its finances are known to be a progressing problem. We know that the city is in crisis financially, and our employees are being notified of possible layoffs. I've had my name put into this budget committee process since October the 12th. After our finance director reported $500,000 less in reserves of the general fund. Do not fear me. I'm here to work alongside you to get the truth and to help you as elected officials make the best decisions that you can for our people. And Mayor Scholl, I know that you had mentioned in one of the prior meetings that our accounts have been audited, and I got the materials from the fire and rescue people, and what came out of that forensic accountant investigation is that their auditors had actually, there was some criticism of the auditors over time. I don't want to be too specific, it's in the reports, but can't necessarily rely too heavily on the audits that have been done either. We need to rely on the work that we do together in the next 6 months in order to determine what's going on, the bottom line of our finances, and tell the truth to our people moving forward. Thank you.
Any other visitor comments?
Zoom, somebody's fixing that they can't get into the meeting. Is it Adam? Yeah. Somebody's in the wrong link.
Okay, Brady Freeman. I wanted to follow up on some questions about tourism. And a question that Mr. Hubbard brought up is, why was Matt not in jail? Couldn't agree more. I asked that question multiple times. Got sort of the response you got to the question. He should have been in jail, as far as I'm concerned. And you may not have been paying attention, but the gravity of his mismanagement of accusing the tourism director of actually taking funds and basically not knowing what his own bank accounts were. So he was very negligent in his duties and also unresponsive to this council, the mayor and the council president at the time. And you should go back and watch that video. And I think you would find it really enlightening. And to the point that you would then bring up his letter and the tourism committee that he headed and started is pretty disturbing, as he clearly didn't know what was going on. And as far as the miscommunication, which I appreciate the council president bringing up today, is that you don't understand it. It's pretty simple. Tourism is a product. It's like a pen. You're buying a pen. You don't get to ask the manufacturer of the pen, well, where did you get this cap? And how much did the driver make? And what did you pay for this? And what does the CEO get? That's how tourism works. That is, and if you don't like that, you can change it. But that is the contract. And the reason that you have that contract is because if you are one of the talent that comes to this town, like an actor, you don't want your public information about what you make known. That's your lifeblood. That is what you do for a living. That is why tourism is a contract. So that you don't get to say, well, how much did the ink for the Sharpie cost? You don't get to ask those questions. You get to know what was your profit, what were your expenses, and really, I don't think you should get to know if your income is now based on 10% of gross profit, you shouldn't even get to know what expenses are because it's not relevant to your income. Why should you know what the costs are if it's not relevant? If your income is based upon net profit, okay, well then maybe you need to do it. But she was audited as far as her income and her expenses, and that audited showed that there was no problems. And as far as taking $120,000, I would disagree with our city administrator, and that money is dedicated to tourism. And I don't know if that's what you were trying to say, because it was kind of confusing, but the money that you get from the hotel motel tax requires it to go to tourism. And I don't know what you guys are going to do with the money, frankly, and you can't just put it in the general fund because it is dedicated for tourism. And I don't see any reasonable place that you would put it besides giving it to Tina, where she takes that money and has for how many years? 9 years, and changed it into $1 million. So don't steal her money, continue to give it to her because you clearly would have no clue what to do with it because you're not tourism.
Other visitor comments?
Nicholas Helmick. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the community and honorable decision makers, thank you for the opportunity to address you today. I sit before you to advocate for the integration of psilocybin therapy as a medical treatment in St. Helens, Oregon. The potential benefits of psilocybin in mental health treatment are substantial, and by embracing this innovative approach, we can pave the way for a more compassionate and effective healthcare system. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to talk a little fast, so I apologize. First and foremost, it is crucial to recognize the growing body of scientific evidence supporting the therapeutic potential of psilocybin. Numerous studies have shown that psilocybin, the psychoactive compound found in certain mushrooms, can have profound positive effects on mental health. Research indicates its efficacy in treating conditions such as depression, anxiety, and something I have, post-traumatic stress disorder. By allowing psilocybin therapy in St. Helens can offer its residents access to a treatment option that has shown promise in alleviating the burden of these mental health challenges. Contrary to common misconceptions, psilocybin has been found to be relatively safe when administered responsibly in a controlled medical setting. It is non-addictive and has low potential for abuse, making it a viable alternative to traditional psychiatric medications that often come with a range of side effects and the risk of dependency. By incorporating psilocybin therapy into our medical repertoire, we can provide patients with a treatment option that prioritizes both safety and effectiveness. Psilocybin therapies offers a more personalized and holistic approach to mental health treatment rather than solely addressing symptoms. It allows individuals to explore the root causes of their mental health challenges, fostering a deeper understanding and potential resolution of underlying issues. This holistic perspective aligns with a broader movement towards patient-centered care, empowering individuals to actively participate in their healing journey. Also, in addition to the individual benefits, embracing psilocybin therapy can have positive economic and social impacts on St. Helens. By offering a cutting-edge mental health treatment, the city can attract top-tier professionals and healthcare providers, bolstering its reputation as forward-thinking and compassionate community. Moreover, reducing the prevalence on mental health issues can lead to a more productive workforce, ultimately contributing to the overall prosperity of the region. I was listening to the planning commission. Jessica made a great point about medical tourism within our community. I know we do have a ban on it, I believe, until I think a year from now. I think if we can get ahead of the curve rather than just following what others are doing, we can have a positive impact on people's lives. Just a little obvious, I'm a little biased because it has helped me get through a lot of my mental issues that I've had with PTSD, childhood abuse, things like that. It's made me learn how to hug the cactus, look within, and rewire some of the ways of the things that I do, why I do it, and I've become a better person. And I think my wife would agree, a better man. So I thank you for your time. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Any other comments? Do you have any online? Please raise your hands, we will acknowledge you. We have.
Get a Zoom screen.
Go ahead, Adam.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
I don't allow them
Hello,
to-
Adam St. Pierre, St. Helens. Hey, sorry if I rehash something that was already talked about. There was a problem with the Zoom link, so I had to go back into the Planning Commission Zoom link to get on. But no, I just wanted to make a statement about the permitting process. I know a few months back ago, we talked about permitting for large major events. It's more about public safety. I want to rehash that, there's some issues back during a parade and stuff. And, permitting was a big point of that. There's plenty of studies out there that'll say, X number of police officers per, attendee, per 1,000 attendees or whatever. I want to rehash that. That's important to get the local police department to sign off on that. They need to have a veto, say in that regards. I don't know what those numbers are. There's professionals out there that study that stuff. But that's part of the planning process for this is to pull a permit. You need to have proper public safety. We just need to rehash, make sure that we go back and address that. It doesn't get forgotten. And just because somebody wants to sign a permit because it looks good or whatever, public safety is primary concern number one. Anything could happen at any time, but the police needs to have a veto proof say. And those numbers are out there. There's plenty of public studies on, big gatherings. And I don't think we should, get past that. So other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with the budget committee. I know there's a lot of really good people out there that want to get on that. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Adam. Okay, any other visitor comments?
They just entered the room.
Okay. I have one actually in person. Come on up. State your name for the record.
My name is Lou Mason. I'm a citizen and member of the Budget Committee. We have, I think, 4 openings on the Budget Committee. We have 4 or maybe 5 applicants. They look like really good applicants. I highly recommend Brady Priam and Steve Toski for the Budget Committee. They're both very passionate about the city. They both they both study what's going on, and I think they'd be an asset to our committee.
Okay, anybody else on Zoom? First, we'll go into deliberations. Come on up.
Better late than never. I just wanted to, Tina Curry, consultant, I just wanted to give you a quick update of what's happened since, our last, tourism overview. And, since the tourism report, we've gotten even more good news. Sun-Made Raisins, who was our main, sponsor in 2022, won 2 awards, 2 pro awards, which was for the best campaign on a budget and the best holiday campaign by the people that actually gauge major campaigns throughout the year. That added another 1.29 billion media impressions, 31 earned media placements through 6 social media sites, and then an additional paid media of 4.2 million from the TikTok advertising that they did. We also had Coin TV cover Crooked Creek and invite them to go to Portland to be interviewed. The very first thing that the interviewee said was that he came to Halloween Town and he just stumbled upon this little craft brew house and thought he should show them some love and have them come on and talk about his business in St. Helens. The other thing that's happened is that we have an author who has signed a book deal out of New York with Kensington Press to write 3 books. And the whole series of books is based on Halloween Town and a murder that starts here in a bookstore. So she had come 2 or 3 times, gotten really impressed and charmed by the city and decided to apply to see if she could write these books. She is a 2020 Oregon Book Award recipient. And so that's going to be kind of exciting to see what happens with those books. Maybe they will become movies. You just never know how that works. And the other thing is that, you know, we have at least 3 brick and mortar buildings that have been either completely remodeled or built because of Halloween, because of people coming here to visit. So hopefully all the permitting money and things like that that come back are coming into the city coffers, go into the general fund and so forth. The other thing is, you know, it'll be the first thing that hotels ask when they come in town is like, what's your tourism program? That's really key to them building hotels. So the strength of our tourism program is like, you know, kind of, you know, because you go to meetings and everyone goes, oh, you do Halloween, they know that. But we want to expand that to, of course, not 13 nights because we already do that. But I want to just hand you, this is what we're starting on next. This will be a year round, you know, increment. We're going to be using this at the Masonic building, which is something that tourism also pays
the
for.
record for the. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So now we'll go on to deliberations on comprehensive plan map and zone map amendment. CPZA 22-23 at 475 North 12th Street. All right, pretty cut and dry. No opposition, no controversy with a weird block of industrial property into residential that probably should have been residential in the first place. Anybody else have any other?
Another good decision from the planning commission.
Can't argue that.
Yeah. All right. So, would somebody like to?
I'll make a motion to approve the comprehensive plan map and zoning map amendment at 475 North 12th Street.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded to approve the comprehensive zone map change at 12th Street. Particularly 475 North 12th Street. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Councilor Sundy.
Aye.
Okay, Councilor Gunderson. Councilor Hubbard.
Aye.
And I as well.
So we'll have an ordinance that will follow at the next meeting.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Next meeting.
Have a good Christmas.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, resolution number 1969, a resolution to set the 2024 city public meetings and holiday closure schedule for City of St. Helens Council.
Move we approve resolution number 1996 as read.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution 1996. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Councilor Sunbeam.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson. Aye. Councilor Hubbard. Aye. And I as well. Resolution 1997, a resolution to appoint an officer for fiscal year 2024-2025.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 1997. Appoint a budget officer for fiscal year 24-25.
Second, and discussion?
Yep.
Just,
Yep.
can you explain what that role is?
So we're basically, puts our financial director as, in that position for the fiscal year 2024-2025.
Part of our budget process is to declare the budget.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for, just an explanation. Well,
Okay, so I have a motion that's been made and seconded, Council President Chilton.
aye.
Councilor Sunbeam.
Aye.
Anderson. Aye. Robert. Aye. And I'm an aye as well. Okay, resolution 1998, a resolution determining that a nuisance exists upon property located at 2015 Cowlett Street within the city of St. Helens, and directing that notice be to abate the nuisance be posted on said premises.
Makes a motion to approve resolution number 1998. That's right.
Okay, a motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution 1998. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Councilor Sunbeam.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Hubbard. Aye. And I'm an aye as well. Resolution 1999, a resolution adopting a policy regarding systems development changes or charges, excuse me, for conversions of buildings from commercial to residential use in non-industrial zones.
Move we adopt resolution number 1999 as read.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution 1999. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Councilor Sunbeam.
Aye.
Councilor Anderson. Aye. Councilor Hubbard. Aye. And I'm an aye as well. Okay, approved and authorized for signature. 6, extension of agreement with Drake's Towing and Recovery for exclusive towing services. 7, second amendment to agreement with Oregon Toll Services for bailiff services. 8, extension of agreement with Advantage GC Excavating for cleanup of various properties inside the city limits. 9, grant agreement with Department of Land Conservation and Development for 2023 through 2025 technical assistance. 10, extension of agreement with Wetland Solutions Northwest LLC for services related to wetlands. 11, First Amendment to AKS Engineering and Forestry LLC agreement with Salmonberry Reservoir Water Right Permit Renewal. 12, 6, amendment with David Evans and Associates agreement for the Pony Boulevard sidewalk and safety improvements. And 15, amendment to agreement with Mayor Reed Inc. for design construction unit for Riverwalk Phase 1 and Columbia View Park Amphitheater.
Move we approve and or authorize the signature items 6 through 13 as read.
Second that.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve and authorize 6 through 13. Any discussion?
Question on David Evans, Columbia Boulevard sidewalk.
That is a good question. I haven't,
Kathy, can you scroll to the extension?
It's making an amendment.
yeah,
To answer. Might just be a time extension.
Yeah.
contract shall expire December 31st, 2020. Yeah, looks like it is this and an extension
Well,
for
it
the
makes sense
services
why it's not done, right?
from February 21st, 2020. Is when the
I
original.
guess there's closeout activities as built, they just need to close out the project and the contract was gonna expire too soon.
Okay. All right, motion's been made and seconded to approve and authorize signature 6 through 13. Council President Chilton,
Aye.
Councilor Sunday.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Hubbard.
Question.
Yeah.
All in favor except 13. So what would I do?
I guess you could recuse yourself from 13.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Okay, do you make a note of that, Kathy?
Yeah, at least.
In favor of all but 13, he recused himself.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay, you.
Yeah, that's really.
Okay, and I'm an aye as well. Okay, review applications for appointments members to budget committee. Okay, so we have 6 qualified applicants. We have 4 positions. So what we have is we have some ballots over here that we're gonna pass out and ask you to pick 4, put your signature on the bottom, hand it back to our city recorder. And then Councilor Sunday, I'm gonna need you to, or Lisa's gonna give you a call. And then you'll have to come in and sign your copy at a later date. Okay?
Yep. She let me know I'll be in tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, you're already on, okay, perfect. And if there's a case of a tie, there will be a runoff. Four.
Hey, Brandon. Right, you're 4. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. You bet. Bye.
You sign it? The note's got your name on it, you sign it? Yeah,
Date deal?
official sign.
Get your eye scan.
Sure.
So what we'll go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and approve some of these other agenda items if you wanna tally these up, and if there's, I make a new ballot. If there is a tie. Okay, so we'll get back to those results in a minute. Consent agenda for acceptance, for 15. Library board minutes dated November 13th, 2023. 16 Park and Trails Commission minutes dated November 13th, 2023. 17 Planning Commission minutes dated November 14th, 2023.
A motion to consent agenda for acceptance, lines 15, 16, and 17 is read.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded to approve consent agenda for acceptance 15, 16, 17. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Councilor Sunday.
I have to unmute him again.
Oh, he's on mute, yeah.
Aye.
Okay, Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Hubbard.
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. All right, consent agenda for approval, 18 fiscal year 2024-2025 budget calendar. 19 city council minutes dated November 15th, 2023. 20 animal facility licenses. 21 accounts payable bill list.
Would we approve consent agenda items 18 through 21 as read?
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda for approval 18 to 21. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Councilor Sunday.
Aye.
Councilor Anderson.
Aye.
Councilor Hubbard. And I as well. Okay, do we have any, I don't think we had any work session items earlier. One. Okay, do you have the results? Or are we there yet or no?
Not yet.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go with, council reports. Council President Chilton.
Okay, so I, actually had a coffee date with Jim Coleman. Jim, if you're listening, he's in Mexico for Christmas, so I hope you're having a good time and golfing in Mexico. And enjoying the sun, but, we had a really good chat and I reached out to him after, I heard him talking in city council and I just felt like we needed to have a conversation and get to know each other a little bit. I think it went really well. So, that's something I did recently. And then I also attended the Toy and Joy fundraiser event, which is always a big hit in town and does a lot of good for the community and families in St. Helens. I also, tried my hand at ringing a bell for the Salvation Army in front of Safeway. That was interesting. I had bell ringing stuck in my head all night, so that was, my wrist was very tired. But it was a good time and I'll definitely do it again. I really enjoyed it and, it was just it was a humbling experience. I actually had a homeless man put money in the can and I was just really humbled by that, so. It's a good time of the year to do something like that, so I encourage everyone to do that. I know the mayor's done it before, he's got a picture out there, so it's a good experience. I also attended the joint planning council meeting, which went really well, and I left there, well, I went into it feeling a little nervous and, you know, curious about how it was gonna go, and we left there feeling like it was a really great teamwork approach. And I feel like everybody had an opportunity to talk about things that they're interested in and some of the desires that they want to see out of, you know, working together. I was very happy about that. And that's it. Merry Christmas. I hope everyone has a really good Christmas and is happy and healthy.
Thank you. Councilor Sunday.
All right, I apologize for not being there with you tonight. I had some rather extensive dental work done on Monday and I'm still feeling the effects of it and looking like a chipmunk. So did have a good meeting last week with the Parks and Trails Commission. They're continuing to move forward on lots of good projects. Got some work parties coming up, working on creating some better signage for some of our parks, helping people know, one, that they're there, and then also what's available in the parks, and then also planning for some signage documenting the history of the parks and have some room for old photos and stuff that kind of right down my alley. So I enjoyed hearing that. Jerry Belcher is also continuing to lead the discussion about the development of an urban trail throughout town that will visit several of our parks, and so that's continuing to move forward. They did have another discussion about what we talked about at our last meeting, but about the dogs in public buildings. So after a little bit of a discussion on that, they had a question about what's a well-behaved dog and what happens if a dog's not well-behaved in a public building. So in the end, they decided it's really not in their wheelhouse and referred the discussion to the safety committee. There is still one vacancy on the Parks and Trails Commission. So if you know anybody that's interested in the parks, please direct them to apply for that. And I also enjoyed the meeting last week with the Planning Commission. Thought it was a great meeting. We had a good discussion. And again, nice to see the teamwork, and look forward to continuing to work with that group in the future. So I think that's it.
Thank you. Councilor Hubbard, Councilor Gunderson, sorry.
I don't have much. I was really glad that we went back to the planning commission meeting. Like Jessica Shelton, I was a little bit nervous about it. It seems like we need some work. We need to do some work together to get some positive results. And I felt like it came off really well. Everybody got to voice their concerns, opinions, and be heard. Great.
Hubbard.
Let's see, the library, the Dartmouth is applied for $116,000 growing rural Oregon grant, which will be support a part-time makerspace technician. And so another grant for adding database support for small businesses there. Sundin had a great Christmas event there And that was, I mean, it was packed house, that whole auditorium was packed, it was great. Wasn't too long, it was 45 minutes, but he went into the history of St. Helens. Great pictures he's got, and the history of him and his family and everything, it was fun.
Okay, so yeah, again, I'll echo a little bit of what's been said here. The joint city council meeting was a very good, it's nice to get back into working together and from that meeting sparked vacant storefronts, which I was able to meet with Main Street last night, and they have agreed that they will help assist us in our next joint meeting. In a couple of, they'll get with Main Street. And they'll put some stuff together to support why you need to have buildings occupied, so. Yeah, so that was a good discussion last night. We want people sick, they barely had a quorum, but they made their quorum. Okay, so, and then, went to the Toy and Joy auction too, that was really good, it's always a good fundraiser. It goes for, good cause. Project Sprint still moving forward. You know, working with the PUD and PGE particular, and the parcelization of a chunk of property down on our property needs to happen in order to get a new transformer down there. So, looking at that and feasibility studies for power needs, and that is the big deciding factor, and it still looks promising, but that's the big deciding factor on this whole project. So I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is one of the best times of year. I'm really sorry to hear about the tragedy in our neighboring city yesterday, and following that, my heart's go out to that family, and I pray for them. I couldn't even imagine actually what they're going through. But I'm glad our county and cities work together and got the bad guy. So who is in jail now? So yeah. And on a bad note, but we should really all be thinking about them in our prayers at night, because it's a lot to handle. So any ties are we do okay. So we have a tie, so we'll do a runoff.
It was on the Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that.
No, we need.
Yeah. He's calling Counselor Trundy, so.
Okay. So the four that received the most votes were Ivan Solis, Jennifer Gilbert, Jennifer Massey, and Steve Toskey.
Welcome to Budget Committee.
So, yeah, you need to make a motion to
Okay.
appoint.
All right, so somebody needs to make a motion.
I make a motion that we appoint the 4 people stated. Can I just do that, or do I have to say everyone's name?
No, that's fine.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to appoint the 4 applicants without votes. Council President Chilton,
Aye.
Councilor Sundy,
Aye.
Counselor Gunderson? Counselor Hubbard? And I'm an aye as well. Okay. With that, everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Christmas.